Hello, everybody. This is Mr. DB. Welcome back to my channel. And I appreciate you watching this video. I would like for you to share, like, subscribe, as always. But today we're going to review the 2026 BEC Integrated Science paper. So we have paper one and paper two. So we're going to begin with paper two first. So paper two, answer all questions in your answer booklet. This question this paper is in two sections, A and B. Answer question one in section A, and other three questions in section B. Credit will be given for clarity of expression and other representation of material. So let's start section A. Answer all questions in these sections. Question one. Let's start 1E. The figure 1E is an illustration of three types of domestic farm animals. Study the figure carefully and answer the question as follows. So as you can see over there, we have a cow, we have a rabbit, and we have a hen in the picture over there. So the sub questions: mention one type of feed given to each of the animals labeled A, B, and C. Name one nutrient each of Name one nutrient each from the types of feed mentioned in I. Give one function each of the nutrients named in II. Which of the animals in figure 1A can be classified as a ruminant? So let's look at our answers. So A is a farm animal, B is a rabbit, C is a hen. So one type of feed each. So A will take a grass, B will take a leafy vegetable, C will take maize or grain. The one nutrient from each feed. We have a carbohydrate, we have the vitamins and the carbohydrate again. One function each of the nutrients. So the carbohydrates for E and C provides energy for the body activities. Vitamins regulate the body processes and prevent deficiency diseases. So which animal is a ruminant? I'll say E is a ruminant because E is a cow. It has four-chamber stomach and rich you cards for digestion. So this is a trick for for practicals. Practicals, they don't expect you to. In practical examples like that, they don't ask you to identify the names of the animals. It's best that you stick with A, B, and C. So A does this, B does this. In case maybe you go and see A is a cow, then let's say A is not a cow. You see, then you've gotten it wrong. So just stick with maybe A does it, or A you put the cow in bracket because you're not sure of it. That one you are safer to go down. You specifying that it's a cow, then let's go and see it's not a cow, something like that. But anyways, if you are very sure of your answer, you can go with it as a cow. But that's just a bonus tip for you. So let's look at B. Figure B. Figure B1 A is an illustration of the respiratory system of humans. Study the figure carefully and answer the following questions. So this is the figure. Name the body parts I, and V. Give one function each of the body parts body parts I, and and V. Name the most important gas producing respiration that is used by the body and that is brought out from the body. So let's look at our answers. So I is the nasal cavity, I is the trachea, I I think I is the bronchioles and IV will be the lungs. So I changed it to what it so when I do it, please take notice. Then V will be the diaphragm. So one function each of the and IV. So I carries air from the throat to the lungs. Which I said was the bronchioles. So the bronchioles will what? Serve as a passageway for air to go to the lungs also. If not, then I'm also wrong. Then IV, the diaphragm, contract and relax to ventilate the lungs. Most important gas used. So the most important gas used by the body is oxygen, and brought out of the body is carbon dioxide. So let's look at the next C. The diagram below is an illustration of a circuit symbol of an electrical component used to investigate the relationship between potential difference in electric currents. Study the diagrams carefully and answer the questions that follows. So V. So you can see all of them over there. So name the symbols labeled and IV. Draw the circuit diagram using the symbols above. If the circuit is closed and V reads 5 units and with IV reading 15 units, determine the value of II in SI units. Okay, let's see that. So, where is it? Okay, so the circuit over there. II is a resistor, III is a switch, IV is a voltmeter, then I is a cell, V is the ammeter. So the diagram over there, that's what I've provided over there. The cell and the resistor and cell and cell and resistor and switch are in series. Voltmeter is in parallel across the resistor. Ammeter is in series with the main loop. Okay, value of II. So we know V is equal to IR from your Ohm's law. So if V is equal to IR, we know V is equal to 15, we know I is equal to what? 5. So we get what? 3 ohms. Let's look at B. Number of acid base and salt solution of different pH values are prepared in the test tube labeled A, B, C, D, E. The table below shows the pH and the corresponding colors of each solution. Addition of 3 drops of universal indicator. So I identify a solution that will have a pH value equal to 7 or 14. Identify a solution that will be classified as a strong acid, neutral, or weak base. Suggest the pH value of solution A. Identify 2 solutions in the table that will react to form salt and water. What will the color of the solution C upon addition of drops of universal indicator? Okay, let's look at our answers. So classifying A solution with pH equal to, so A will have a pH of 7. Okay, B will have a pH of 14. Then classification. So strong acid, A is a strong acid, C is neutral. Then D is a weak base. So the pH of solution A. If fluid dissociates, so we have a formula of the negative logarithm of what? 0.1 is equal to 1. Then the 2 solutions will react to form a salt. So we have it ACl and NaOH, which that's the equation over there. And the color of the solution with the universal indicator, which will give what? Green. Okay, so now let's go to the next section. I think we're done with the next section. Question number 2, or section B. Answer 3 questions only from this section. Give 2 examples each of the following types of diseases of humans. That's 2A. We have A, fungal disease, AII, deficiency disease, III, non-communicable disease. B, explain the following terms: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. CI, explain briefly why dragging an object on a smooth surface is easier than a rough surface. II, name the SI unit of force and work. DI, what is the balanced ration in the poultry feed? II, give 3 effects of malnutrition in poultry. So let's look at answers. 2 examples of each disease type. Fungal disease, you have the ringworm or the atlas. Yeah. Then deficiency, you have the kwashiorkor and the ricket. The non-communicable, we have the diabetes mellitus or the hypertension. Explanation of terms. For the non-homogeneous mixture, a mixture with a uniform composition throughout. Components can be distinguished by naked eyes. Cannot be distinguished by naked eyes. That is the sole solution. Heterogeneous mixture. A mixture with non-homogeneous composition. Components are visually distinguishable. That's what salt is, sorry. Sand and water. Why dragging on a smooth surface is easier? The smooth surface has low coefficient of friction, so the frictional force opposing this is smaller, requiring less force to drag the object. The SI unit of force, which is Newton, SI units of work is joules. Define the balanced ration in poultry. Feeding contain all the necessary nutrients, that's carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, water, to the correct proportion for poultry daily needs. Three effect of malnutrition in poultry. So you have the standard growth and poor weight gain, reduced egg production and poor egg quality, weakens immune systems, increasing susceptibility to disease. Let's go to question three. Question three. A simple electric circuit is made up of a battery of a cell, resistor, and a bulb. State the observation that will be made when the number of cells is doubled. The bulb is doubled. Explain the observation in I. B. Explain briefly how the following factors affect vegetable crops production. Soil type, nearest to source of water, nearest to market. C. Explain briefly the following interaction in the ecosystem. The ecosystem, the other mutualistic and the commensalism. D. Distinguish between the following chemical substance, element and compound, molecules and ion. II. Write the chemical formula for each of the following binary compounds. That's aluminium fluoride and ammonia. So observations: if the cell is doubled, the bulb glows brighter. Then if the bulb is doubled, each bulb glows dimmer. So why? More cells increase EMF, the driving a larger current. So more power is dissipated into the bulb. More bulb increase the total resistance, reducing the current so each bulb receives less power and glowing dimmer. Factors affecting vegetative crop production. You have the soil type. Fertile and well-drained loamy soil support good rot development and nutrient uptake, improving yield. Nearest to source water. Reduce irrigation cost and ensures consistent moisture for crop growth. III, nearest to market. To reduce transportation costs and post-harvest losing since vegetables are perishable. So ecosystems interaction. We have mutualism. Both animals or organisms benefit from each other. We have we have the bees and the flower. The bees get nectar, the flower gets pollinated. Commensalism. One organism benefits and the other is unaffected. So you have the remoral fish on the sharks. Remoral fish feeds on the scraps and the sharks are not affected. So distinguish between the element and the compound. Elements contain only one type of atom and cannot be broken down, chemically broken down. A compound contains two or more different elements chemically combined in a fixed fraction. So a molecule and ion. A molecule is the smallest independent particle of a substance with no charge. An ion is an atom or a group that has gained or lost electron carrying a net charge. So you have a chemical formula of iron fluoride, which is AlF3, and ammonia to be NH3. Okay, let's go to question number 4. Question number 4. Name two micronutrients of plants and macronutrients of plants. B. Name the component of the circulatory system that performs each of the following functions. II. Transport of nutrients. Name the component of the circulatory system that perform each of the following functions: transport of nutrients, protection of the body against infection, temperature regulation. C. State three effects of poor waste management on human health. D. Difference between colloid and suspension. II. Classify the following mixtures as a solution: colloid or suspension. Such as granule paste and water, milk and water, sugar and water. What is work output? Explain how work output affect the efficiency of the machine if the work input is fixed. So let's look at our answers. So nutrients of plants, micronutrients are iron and magnesium. Then macronutrients are nitrogen and phosphorus. So component of the circulatory system, that transports nutrients. You have the blood plasma, protection against infection. You have the white blood cells, and you have what? Blood or blood vessels. Three effects of poor waste management on a human health. Creating breeding grounds for disease vector to spreading malaria, cholera, and typhoid. Two, pollute, pollute sources, causing waterborne diseases such as cholera and dysentery. Three, releases toxic gas from the decomposing waste, causing respiratory disease and like asthma. So what's the difference between the colon and the suspension? The colon has tiny particles that does not settle and cannot be filtered. Suspension has larger and visible water particles that settle on standing and can be separated by what? Filtration. Classification of the mixtures. So granulate paste and water is will be a suspension. Milk and water is a colloid. Sugar and water is a solution. Work output is the useful work done by the machine. So we have the formula work output is equal to load times distance moved by the load. I don't know for BC, but for WASI, when you don't know the explanation for item, you can just write the formula over there, then give the explanation of each of the formulas. So like work. So let's see. Yeah, the explanation works for itself. So load times distance moved by load. So yeah, you're good to go. But maybe let's see force. If they ask you for the formula of force, then you don't know the definition of force, then you write F is equal to ME. Then you explain what M means and you explain what E also means. Then you are done. So effect of work output on efficiency. We have efficiency is equal to work output over work input. So when the work input is fixed, efficiency is directly proportional to the work output. So higher work output means higher efficiency and vice versa. So vice versa means what? If you have a lower work output, you have got a lower efficiency. So question number 5, I think that's the last question. An atom of an element is represented by superscript 19 and subscript 9. Determine the number of A protons, electrons, and neutrons. State the position of the in element X in I in a periodic table in terms of Gaussian period. B. Explain briefly heat transfer by conduction. II. Name other method of heat transfer. CI. Give two examples of water bodies. CII. State two particles of human that destroy water bodies. III. State two methods of conserving water bodies. And I. State three ways by which bacterial disease are managed. Give an example of a bacterial disease. So the atom is what? The number of subatomic particles. We have protons to be 9, electrons to be also 9, then neutrons to be 10. So the element is fluorine. But they didn't tell us to they didn't tell us to no, they didn't tell us to name the element, but just for you to know. Position of the element in the periodic table. So the element will be in the seventh group, then it will be in period 2. Heat transfer by conduction. Transfer of heat through a solid from a hot region to a colder region by a vibrational particle, passing energy to the neighboring particles without bulk movement of material. Material conducts Metal conducts better due to free electrons. So two other methods of heat transfer, we have the convection and radiation. Two types of water bodies, we have a river, lake. Two practices that destroy water bodies. Dumping of refuse and untreated sewage into the water bodies. Discharge of agricultural chemicals and mining. Two methods of conserving water bodies. Enforcing law that prohibits dumping of waste into water bodies. Planting vegetation along the river banks to reduce erosion and sedimentation. Two ways bacterial disease are managed. So the use of antibiotics to kill and inhibit bacterial growth, vaccination, good hygiene and sanitation. Example of bacterial diseases is the tuberculosis. So this is the end of paper 2. Paper Paper one will be coming very soon. Now, if you reach this far of the video, I would like for you to share, like, subscribe, as always. Then to serve as a motivation for me. If you have any problem, as some of the answers are not right, you feel that some of the answers are not right, yeah, please write it in the comments so we get to know. Then we can correct it for the other people too. So thank you very much and enjoy part one. This is Mr. DB, and thank you for watching up to this far. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment if you have any problem, questions about, and I'll catch you in the next one.